Hey! Gray Man on Australia Commentary.
Oh, boy.
I'm a perfectly normal Spencer J. Gilbert. I'm here with Danielle and Lon, per usual. Here to talk about the usual. Netflix has made a movie that you will watch and never speak of again, but it's our job to keep talking about it. It's The Gray Man, folks. You know it. You love it. You saw it, according to Netflix, but I'm
did.
starting to wonder.
Saw it. Yeah.
Frank Grayman, FBI.
I wish. We'll give you our more detailed thoughts on it. We're going to watch a trailer together. We have some deleted scenes. We will do Q&A, so keep those questions coming in the chat. And then we'll tease you with next week's much more exciting Honest trailer. So stick around for that one.
Yeah.
The Gray Man. I think I have been piling on The Gray Man, or it hit me a little harder just because of the Hollywood context that it exists in.
Right.
I don't think it's a terrible film. It's not a great film. It's, I wouldn't even say for me an enjoyable one, but it was fine. It was fine to watch. That said, I feel like going to the movies or streaming stuff these days, it's like I'm on This Is Cake.
Is it cake?
It's like I'm on Is It Cake?
Yeah.
And every movie they cut into it, and it's the same. It's that again.
It's the red note. Is it
the
a
red
Is
notification.
it a red notice? Yeah.
Red notice. There's some specific.
This isn't a red note.
requirements.
This isn't a red notice.
But-
this is a Bourne movie, but put through the Marvel filter.
Yes,
I would say.
yes,
This
exactly.
is just a Marvelized Bourne.
It's the Marvelization of every other genre. Coming soon, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Now
That looks like a red note.
Now the spy genre. Red Notice is. Red Notice has some Marvelization going on of the adventure
that's
genre.
The
We're not gonna get into Red
the
Notice again.
constant
No.
banter, snarky thing. Grain Man has that too.
But there's just I feel like this genre of, well, I was going to say mid-budget, but this was the most expensive. This shouldn't be a huge, but there was no reason for this movie to be $200 million except for talent.
Digital smoke.
It's all smoke. It's all smoke.
But yeah,
million to
this
digital
genre used to be like where you could just show off your style. And in a unique way, the Michael Manns of the world, the John McTiernans,
The Michael
and stuff
Bays of the world.
even the Michael Bay's gotten their start
Yeah.
on stuff like Bad Boys. This was a way to show off and to flex your action sequence chops
Yes.
and your kind of
Right.
ability to get heightened fun performances out of maybe some lesser known actors. Like maybe you discover Bruce Willis or something like that.
Right.
But this is just
Well,
taking.
if you think of like Robert Rodriguez when he made El Mariachi
Yeah.
and Desperado, like that was, you're trying to create sequences that are like a calling card, like, oh, that guy jumping in slow motion, firing 2 guns off the roof of a building. That's a cool shot. I haven't seen that anywhere else. And like, yeah, to me, that's what feels like is lacking here. Like, I think this movie is fine. The story's fine. The script is fine. The jokes are fine. Everything would have been okay. The action sucks. Like, and if there were memorable, cool, kinetic, energetic, interesting, compelling action scenes, everything else would be fine.
Yeah,
Ease a lot of
it feels like every time it's about to get really interesting. Again, like we joked about, like all of a sudden there's smoke, or all of a sudden somehow they find the one piece of shadow that's like in this incredibly lit up roof, like during fireworks. It's like, oh look, there's a shadow. Now I can't see anyone's hands.
Yeah.
And so every time it seems like we're gonna get a really interesting piece of action, it is obscured or it's shot in such a way where it's like I have no idea what's going on.
The airplane. There's a scene in an airplane where eventually the airplane goes down and it's very chaotically sort of realized with Gosling falling, and then he survives by grabbing another guy in his parachute, which
I
don't
guess
think-
we don't see him
I don't
land.
think would work, and then we
knows?
leave him in midair. But even just during the fight on the plane before the plane gets destroyed, there's purple smoke for no good reason. We're looking at their feet a lot of the time, even when they're not kicking. Like they're punching each other and throwing each other, but we're watching their feet for no reason. And then they do this shot that they do a few other times in the movie too, where Gosling will be about to land a punch, and we'll cut to behind his back. So we see his body moving in the direction that he's punching, but we don't see the punches land. And it's just like, this just feels like fundamental action filmmaking. Like, you want to keep the camera in a place where we can clearly see who's hitting who and where they are in relation to each other. And it just feels like
I wonder if this
shocking
is.
that-
I mean, I know obviously the Russos are getting the bulk of our ire here, but I wonder because they're using huge celebrities, Chris
Right.
Evans and Ryan Gosling, like, not saying they wouldn't be willing to put in the work, but this is why you usually cast like whoever's in the raid, like martial artists.
I will
You
say-
don't get, these people don't have time not necessarily interest, but to rehearse, what you need to do is spend months rehearsing
true.
Yes.
like 9 different action scenes for them
they're-
to film
right.
it legibly.
Because like Extraction, which the Russos produced with Chris Hemsworth, that has a lot of great looking action scenes, and clearly Hemsworth is doing a lot. There's a scene where Gosling is like sort of watching out for this girl, Julie Butters from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
And a guy, like an assassin, comes to her house and he like fights the assassin like right outside her bedroom door. And that scene is actually like you get a pretty good medium shot so you can see. And Gosling is clearly doing the move. So I'm hesitant to blame Ryan Gosling because it does look like he tried his best to like do the action in a way that was competent. It just feels like they kind of don't know where to put the camera.
I'm just saying, there's like 13 action sequences, and he's also filming Ken. Or
That's
Barbie.
true.
That's true.
And I mean, the Russos, you look at, there are great action sequences in Winter Soldier. Like, I'm not a huge fan of some of their other Marvel movies, but they've never made one that I feel like the action was this underwhelming. And so I'm not sure what happened here.
I'm just there for the spy intrigue. Who in the CIA is a bad person? Let's watch our honest trailer for.
There's a lot of that too. Yeah.
Let's watch our honest trailer for the Gray
Who
Man.
stole the knock list, folks? Let's find out. That's Mission Impossible.
In a world where audiences will only show up for Marvel movies, Netflix will hire some Marvel directors, Marvel writers, and Marvel actors to Marvelize the spy genre by, let's say, about 15%.
You must be Lloyd. What gave it away? The white pants, the trash stash. It leans Lloyd.
Oh, yeah. Give me that good snark.
I get it. You're glib.
The Gray Man.
Pause.
Russos
That was the moment when Billy Bob goes, I get it, you're glib. I was like, I'm not going to like this. That was it. Right? It is the opening scene of it.
So that just happened.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Nope.
we're already
So
like,
the thing is,
oh, Gray Man, is there a purple man? Like, that's all I needed to
They
hear.
did. They made a joke about
they
his name.
did. They
about
did make a bunch of
six.
jokes about his name.
Of course,
Yep.
his name is, he's six.
Could you be any more named after an American?
No, at one point they do like the nanny or whatever of the what is it, the sick orphan girl?
Yeah.
The nanny of the sick orphan girl at one point is like, leave Mr. Number alone,
Right.
or something like
Mr.
that.
Number,
That's like,
yeah.
Marcus
Seven.
and McFeely. I mean,
Beautiful name for a girl, 7.
I feel like what their skill set is balancing 24 main characters so that everybody just has to get like one little line and one little moment and then you can move on. But when they only have 3, they're like, oh crap, oh god,
Oh, God.
more snark.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's several whole people in this who don't really get a personality. Like, main characters who are just like, they just have one mode. It's pretty underwhelming.
And I can't imagine, look, I have not read the books, but I can't imagine that, 6 is cracking wise and doing snarky comebacks in the 90s airport novel, but maybe I could be wrong.
I mean, I
should have called my dad. I
Yeah.
know I bet my dad's read it. I should have called him.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
actually one of the things that I think played for me. I thought Gosling very deadpan. It a little bit reminded me of him in The Nice Guys, and I like that mode from him. Like, I felt like this character, Gosling's character specifically, in a different movie with better action scenes and a different supporting cast might have worked for me.
So a different movie.
A different
So,
movie.
a different
but the
film.
but the Gosling performance in this I did not mind at all.
Interesting. I thought that was the I liked all the other ones, but let's keep
Really?
going.
'Cause I thought
We'll get
Chris
to that.
Evans is okay. Cool.
went from directing this
Yeah.
Easy being white, it ain't easy being brown.
to directing this. And then Cherry. Yay! Now, the Rubros are back, armed with the rights to one of those books your dad buys at the airport. But instead of falling asleep on a neck pillow after 2 chapters and a ginger ale, you'll fall asleep on your couch while Netflix burns $200 million in the background. Wonder what's on TikTok. Pink sauce. Gross. You've seen Ryan Gosling play a cool silent driver, cool silent astronaut, and cool silent future detective. But you've never seen him play a cool silent criminal before, have you?
Good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, cool silent criminal turned off the book CIA assassin. How's that?
They made me stay in bed. How long they make you stay in bed for? Quite a long time, several weeks actually. Oh, hope you're okay. Better now, Six. Thanks for asking.
Pause. I said it earlier, I think on Slack or something, about how Ryan Gosling is the modern day chicken boo. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're so handsome, Ryan Gosling," and like one person's like, "He's a chicken." And they like carry them off in the straitjacket. Yeah, he has a lot of roles where he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
The strong silent type, yeah.
Emphasis on the silence.
I like that in Drive, he had a lot of dialogue in the script, and they shot it all. And then in the edit room, Nicholas Winding Refn was like, "You know what would be great is if he just never says
Really?
anything."
Oh, that's
and they
interesting.
cut out. So there's a cut of Drive where he talks.
talking cut.
He just chats like he's just like a regular guy who's chatting. And then they systematically cut like all of that out, so he's just like very, very quiet.
He's
now.
just talking about
Yeah,
cars.
that's true.
I want to.
Well, the Mazda R7, it's a good engine, but
He's just talking about how much he loves Coronas and family the whole time. It's really weird.
Maybe I would like that movie more. I'm sorry. I know everyone likes Drive. I'm wrong.
Very-
It's fine.
it's very-
I don't like it.
it's stylish.
I like it.
It's
stylish.
very pretty.
It's very pretty, exactly.
It's very pretty.
But that's another movie where the action, like, it doesn't feel like they have to cut around Ryan Gosling not knowing how to throw a punch, which is what makes me so dubious about the way this one is edited.
All right. Okay, keep going.
As he transforms into Sierra 6, a character who lives in that gray area between Jason Bourne and Jason Bourne with mono.
That's the most sleep I've had in 36 hours.
Need anything?
Just a nap.
And follow along as he kicks
I really
ass
related
from
to that.
Baku to Monaco to Chiang Mai to London to Hong Kong to Vienna to Berlin to Croatia to Prague to Washington, D.C. Wow,
Yeah.
those are big titles. While we
Pause.
learn bits and pieces.
If that's your calling card, you gotta take a long look in the mirror. It's like John Woo, Two Guns and Doves. You know, Michael Bay, Explosions of the Magic Hour. Russo Brothers, large location.
Very big title card.
Large text.
I like that sometimes they just do, like, Vienna. Like, everybody knows that's Austria. We don't have to. But sometimes...
Whoa. I'm sorry, Lon. You could not ID Vienna without a... You can identify the skyline of Vienna with no
No,
text.
I'm saying they're all title cards. But sometimes they just put the city name, and then sometimes when it's Baku, they're like, put Azerbaijan under it. People don't know. These dummies don't know where Baku. But they only trust you sometimes.
They're going to be very disoriented if they don't know what country.
Berlin, figure it out.
Baku, where is that,
but then they'll be
Ohio?
like, Nairobi, it's Kenya, idiots. Come on, get your head out of your ass.
All right, let's keep
They're
going.
very good at making signs.
Bits of his mysterious
Those
criminal
Russos.
past.
My father fancied himself a real macho man, and he started laying into my brother. So
Wait, all he did was shoot his dad? He's a Florida man. That's like nothing. Screw Kang.
pause.
Make the next big Marvel villain.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm now. This is becoming a little soapbox thing. But when I found out Carol Danvers is from Boston, is finding out that Ryan Gosling's character is a criminal in 2003-ish era Florida with bleached hair. Yeah. Like, there's something there. You can't just ignore that. Like, was this guy like, was he groomed by Lou Pearlman and then he shot him because like he wouldn't let him go solo from the boy band? Or or is he a gator wrestler?
Straight Franco from Spring Breakers.
Yeah, was he Franco?
He's just alien.
If you don't have a take on like a location-specific idea about your character, just make them be from Evansville, or don't say.
Or just don't put a title card everywhere.
Yeah.
You just don't. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like it would be like if every single time we do a cut on one of these, like someone puts up a like Danielle left side of screen. Like it's not necessary. We get it. Everyone knows where it
Yeah,
plays.
retain the mystery. There's nothing. It's like when the Bourne movies got so much more interesting when you found out his name was like Don Pudd from Alabama or whatever.
Well, it's also they're not using any, like, none of these sequences are shot in places that really showcase this. Like, it doesn't matter that that's in Vienna or Croatia or Baku. Like, who cares? It could just be a different city. Like, they're trying to impress us. Like, we went all over the world.
Well, yeah,
but
these
it's
spy
like,
thrillers are generally globe-trotting, so I guess we gotta trot.
Yeah, but it's
start
just
trotting.
like, but you're not, it doesn't matter. Like, like the classic Bond movies, it wouldn't just be like, he goes somewhere. It'd be like if he goes to Cairo, he's going to fight on top of the Sphinx, you know? He's punching a guy from one pyramid to the other, you know? Like, use the location. Like, what's the point of going there if you're not going to make it look like itself?
Yeah. I thought that the opening sequence, I had higher hopes where he was in, I guess, Thailand, or was it Bangkok?
Yes, he's in Bangkok. I think it's Bangkok because then he flees to Chiang Mai, which is also.
I don't know. That was promising, but you're right. Everything did turn a little gray after that, location-wise.
A little bit.
Oh well.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
In Florida man. Hot on his trail is stupid, sexy Flanders. Wait, I mean Lloyd Handsome. No, I mean Lloyd Hansen. God, those cakes are distracting. Chris Evans shines as America's ass who clearly watched a bunch of Nick Cage to prep for the job.
Would someone mind shooting the man handcuffed to the bench? Because I got shot in the ass, Suzanne! O-R-S-T-U-V-W-X-Y-Z! Morons!
Follow the relentless game of Dad and Mouse as Six must risk his life to save his ex, boss's niece, I think, and uncover a horrible truth.
When you really pull back from this, this is he's risking his life, killing scores and scores of people because the guy who recruited him into basically the Suicide Squad, and then abandoned him to be murdered.
We never got that far. He's like, was there ever a plan to like get me out of this when I was done assassing? Like, no, man.
No, you were just gonna die, and we deny all knowledge. But
that's on me. That's my bad.
I do have a niece.
You ever see that Tammy Crap sketch from I Think You Should Leave?
Have you noticed my mug that says ¡1 Uncle? I take uncling very seriously. Very seriously.
Yeah.
I have what's known as uncle magic.
They always do this thing where it's like, oh, you know, suddenly by the end of the movie, everyone is family. And in this one, they don't even bother like showing us that connection. She literally says like, oh, well, if he's like my dad and he's like your dad, I guess that means we're family too. Yeah. And he just pops his gum at her. And it's like, okay, well, I guess now the movie's about the orphan with the heart condition.
What's also the age gap between Billy Bob Thornton and his sibling who had Julia Butters as their child? It's like, he's got a 50-year age difference from his brother or sister?
I have a very philandering child brother.
Dad is Mick Jagger.
We should really be investigating that. I think we should pause the film.
Yeah, what's going on with my brother? It doesn't seem right.
Let's do a flashback.
She's a little young to be like great niece, maybe.
Knoxville! There we are. Yeah. A suspiciously old father or young brother. It's unclear.
Very weird.
So many different.
I just filled in she's a great niece. She's his great niece.
There you go.
Yeah, it's his.
Maybe it was. I imagine
it's his nephew's child.
I would wager that in the book that's his Billy Bob's daughter. But they just happened to be able to cast Billy Bob.
They wanted to cast Billy. It definitely is something like they want to cast Billy Bob, so he's got it. He's an older gentleman.
Look, I'm going to just say it. I think his boys still swim. I'd buy it.
But we're not talking about him. We're talking about his sibling. It's his niece.
That's what I'm saying. I think that could have been Billy Bob's daughter.
He's just got a very virile brother.
Well, no, I'm saying Billy Bob. You're right. Billy Bob could get it.
He could get it
in his advanced
he could have. You could have just made.
He could have just had a kid. Whoops, I was in Chiang Mai. One thing led to another.
It's this spy game. It's no kind of life. You have a lot of kids at 60. Is what can I do?
All right, keep going.
CIA has done some shady stuff in the past.
We're going to prison for this.
No, you really aren't.
This committee and myself have decided to exonerate the three of you on this affair.
Yeah, pause. The flash drive that they're all fighting over contains evidence that the head of the CIA assassination department was engaged in bombings and assassinations.
The CIA literally assassinated somebody earlier this week, and the president had like a rah fist pump press conference about it. Like, that's not that weird. I don't know if we'd all be that upset.
We all know the CIA is the CIA.
I don't feel like any CIA agent has ever looked at a screen and been like, we're all going to prison for this. Like, ever. I don't feel like that's ever once happened. Like, we'll probably get
No, that's like if someone had a flash drive that they were hiding from the FBI, and on there it is, the FBI wears suits. Yeah, like, we know. That's your deal.
I guess that there was... Maybe there is a attempt at, like, some meta commentary or humor there at the end where they all get off scot-free, because he did that was a director cameo.
Yes, that's Joe Russo right there.
To be like, but then that gives us basically the same ending as Burn After Reading, where it's like, what did we learn? Nothing. Like, so why are we even bothering to bring this? No reason.
It's totally
we don't want this to get out. It
sledgehammer.
might have a headline somewhere in a Daily Beast might write about this. It's fine.
Well, it also is they have to kind of reset everything to zero because you gotta lay the groundwork for your Grimmin 2.
For Beigeman.
Back to Beigeman.
We had a dark theory that this was part of Netflix's color universe of Red Notice, Gray Man, and there would be another. There'd be like Blue Valentine, and then they'd all cross over.
Yeah, well, you got Red Man, rapper Red Man, Blue Man Group, got Mr. Green. You got a lot more movies in this franchise.
Oh man, I would love to watch the Russo CIA globe-trotting Blue Man Group movie.
Yeah.
This is a job for the Blue Men.
Those guys are very rich. Good for them.
They're just catching grenades in one another's mouths.
Keep going.
Strap in for action scenes that push the boundaries of how much smoke and debris you can hide the action behind. That cuts around like a Taken 3 editor on Ritalin. With the occasional clearly shot scene to show that, yeah, Gosling does have moves. All this other crap is on purpose. You know, not bad, but how would it look with some random drone shots mixed in? Like they're being attacked by a bird. Got it. Enter a world shrouded in mystery, raising tons of unanswered questions for the already greenlit sequels, like, why is Jessica Henwick stuck in the person behind a bank of monitors role? Why did Bridgerton leave his hit show to take the other person behind a bank of monitors role? Why do all the spies keep exploding?
Wow, shit. Boring.
Since when did likes gum become a personality trait?
Bubblicious watermelon wave. What do you say?
There is no other kind.
Or you can just go with the Bubblicious. Jesus.
No, it's just bubble yum.
Can someone go to Harvard without forcing it into every conversation?
I went from Harvard to analysis to the DO's desk in 8 years.
No one goes to Harvard to play football.
You did.
We all went to Harvard together.
And wouldn't this have worked better if Rennie Harlan directed it in the 90s with, like, Christian Slater and John Travolta?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, come on. You know it would be.
Hell
So
yeah.
pause.
So now-
As this is going on to say, all of these questions will be answered because we're getting more Grayman.
Yeah, we got
We're
a
getting
prequel
so much Grayman.
and a sequel.
Although, you know, it's kind of a, I don't know if they're in production already, because I'll kind of believe it when I see it, because I thought we're getting a whole Brightiverse.
Well, there has been talk about, did Netflix release that news instead of, usually within a few days of a big release like this, you'd get the Gray Man set all these new view records and it's the biggest Netflix movie of all. We didn't get those articles this time. Instead, we got this weird one that is like it's their 5th biggest opening weekend for any English language original film behind Kissing Booth 3, which already was like, that's a little weird.
That sentence is too long.
And
Once
then-
you get to the end of it, you know you have nothing.
Yeah, and then the next day it was Netflix greenlights 2 more Gray Men movies. So it feels like it might be a little bit of a look over here. Don't think about how well or badly the Gray Men did. Think about it must have done well because we already greenlit, and then they could always just not do them
They
later.
can take another swing at this, but I feel like they can't keep throwing $200 million at these
No, you
movies.
can't.
I mean, sure, if you need to bring, you can't bring back Evans. I mean, you could if it's a prequel.
Well, it's a
something like
prequel,
that.
so
it is. It's a prequel.
They announced 2 movies, a prequel and a sequel. They haven't said what they are, but I think we could presume the prequel is probably Evans prior to this, and the sequel would be
Gosling
post this.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that would be my guess.
Okay, so then it's only $20 million for your star instead of $40 million like it was.
Right,
for this movie.
they're gonna split these two.
Okay,
into 2
all right.
projects.
You're freeing up some cash there, and then they said that I think that think it was Vienna, the scene, the shootout in the city square
The big
with the
train.
tram and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that. That was
Vienna.
like for another $40 million. I'm losing track of how
That's
much
what they
money
said.
this
They
was.
said that sequence alone was $40 million. The chase through Vienna followed by the train.
But the most inventive moment of that entire sequence, I thought, was when he shoots somebody by looking in a reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
Which is why so many of these films have halls of mirrors. Because it's a lot cheaper to just have a shootout in a hall of mirrors. Like John Wick, they always come down.
We love a hall of
We love a hall of
Good.
mirrors.
It just looks cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Lady from Shanghai. I think Orson Welles kind of pioneered that.
Yeah.
That sequence.
There's the
in
Bruce
Lady from
Lee.
Shanghai.
I don't remember which one.
Is that Game of Death?
I think it's that one where at the end there's a fight in
He's
the hall of
mirrors.
mirrors.
Yeah. I don't know. You're right. I remember the sequence. I don't remember which Bruce Lee movie.
Us. It's
not a fight, but there is a hall of mirrors in it.
Yeah. Anyways, they're cheap.
That weekend Super Bowl performance.
From the twisted mind of the weekend, you mean?
From the twisted mind of the weekend.
I hope he got out.
Still wondering.
He's still in there.
All right, keep playing.
Netflix is in a desperate search for the next mega hit. They're throwing everything they've got at a franchise that's like Bond without the style.
007 was taken.
Mission Impossible without the real stunts.
What is that?
And Marvel without the IP.
That stings!
Because at their core, Netflix knows they're just one bad quarter away from becoming Redbox without the pea smell.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice job, Kevin, mocking up the Netflix
streaming. Yeah.
I think that might be our futures, where we just go into a kind of like the suicide booth from Futurama, where we just get inside there and then they just stream, whatever Red Notice came out that week. And
Yeah, you play the Squid Game, and then they let you out if you win.
Yeah.
That's the new. Did you see that? There's an immersive, interactive Squid Game experience coming to like several U.S. cities, where you go into like a pod and like the touchscreen walls and you play Squid Game.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna write something about just like the worst ways to kill people, and then see how quickly I can turn it into an activation at Comic-Con.
Like, come play the Squid Game. Like, no, they all die. It's terrible. They don't have a good time playing the Squid Game. I don't know if you guys watch that show.
You just got me thinking about how much I miss playing laser tag. That's what COVID really took for me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
We used to be a country.
You
a
mean
real
in
country.
2019 you were still playing laser tag? COVID
every
took that from you?
weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, I had my tactical fedora.
Oh my God.
I had it all set.
Still.
I had my alias, my buds, my taggers.
I mean, I guess there has to have still been a lively laser tag community
We've
out
gone
there
underground.
somewhere.
I feel like I've recently played laser tag.
Oh,
Really?
Wow.
Not
It's
like
been a long,
not post.
been a
Do you live in
pandemic,
a
but
smoke-filled warehouse?
long time.
I live in Gray Notice.
Anyways, is that it? No, we have starring.
We have starring.
Yeah, let's
Starring Grayman, fighter of the white man, Captain American, foreign policy,
Because he tortures people.
Yeah.
Fitzroy and the Tantrums, Cringerton, Iron Fist. That was the best acting I've ever seen. Wait, you CIA contractors are killing people? That's it, I'm out.
I don't care about the money anymore. These are not honorable people.
And, okay, I surrender. Ha-ha!
Okay.
Aha!
All right, you got me.
Aha!
That's day one of CIA spy school.
Born again.
Yeah.
Every grade A wet team from here to Reykjavik will be vying for the prestige of killing the infamous Sierra Six.
There's your spin-off. The Icelandic team no one believes in until the world is overrun by elves and fairy. Oh, crap. I just pitched Bright too, didn't I? Oh, never mind.
I love a grade A wet team from Reykjavik. I just want
Yeah,
that line
that's a great
lives rent-free in my head.
Lame. So
No, come on. That was where it like gets hammy and like crosses over into
man.
something enjoyable.
I wanted more of that. Yeah.
It's such a try hard. It's just like, is that supposed to be scary?
Well, it's supposed. No, it's. I thought that he was the most fun part of the movie for me. Was Chris Evans.
I thought it was. I don't know. I have to buy it. Like Nicolas Cage will play that character, but you buy it. You buy this guy is that crazy. Like this feels like such a movie character to me. And it's not Chris Evans. Chris Evans has played like over the top, smarmy jerks. Like Scott Pilgrim or whatever. Like, he's good at that role. It felt overwritten. Like, this guy is it's too much, and it's showing off. And
I just enjoyed watching. I like watching him in that mode. The Knives Out mode better than
but
Scott
like Knives
Pilgrim.
Out, like he sells you on, you believe he's that particular strain of asshole. And this one,
it
felt like when he was doing that
movie.
Yeah, and this one, it felt like when he was doing that dialogue, all I could hear was like Nicolas Cage and The Rock, like, how in the name of Zeus's butthole? Like, it feels like that's what they're writing. And I don't know, he didn't sell me on it the way Cage would.
I
you
loved
liked it, right?
Yeah, well, no, because I for obviously first Chris Evans, and yes, you are welcome. Obviously, I'm the one who tracked all the butt shots. You're welcome.
Butt watch 2022.
Butt watch. But so we, that was the Chris Evans that I liked. Like when he was cast as Captain America, I was like, this doesn't feel like a good fit. And then it wound up being great. But I like the smarmy Chris Evans. This was always
Return
my guy.
to Smarm.
Return to Smarm.
Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss another announcement. We are putting together, I'm reading a San Diego Comic-Con playlist. Me, Ed, and Carolyn were here doing some panel reactions, but we also did a whole bunch of interviews that we're doling out to you to feed your addiction to content. So that should be coming soon and being posted every day. Also, check out our Twitch channel, fandom.tv / wait, I haven't gotten any sleep. Twitch.tv/fandom, where we will be watching. Let's track down Robosaurus. I think. We should probably watch Robosaurus, where the detective's kid dies and gets reincarnated as a robot dinosaur.
As a robot dinosaur, but it grows. That's what's so confusing.
It also grows.
It's very confusing because it is a robot, which you would see like has
a little toy,
set amount of mass.
Yeah.
But then when danger is near, it grows into like Robosaurus, like the actual Robosaurus.
Yeah.
I love that. Afterwards, can we watch? I gotta find the name of this movie. It's that great movie with Mario Van Peebles where they're werewolf cops.
Okay, we could do Werewolf Cops for sure, Mario MVP Werewolf Cops. But I think that I would like to do a film series on different people who die and whose soul gets trapped in a funny thing.
Right,
I think we could do a whole film series. Maybe we'll just do one marathon and then we'll do the filmography of Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah.
We have to. It's so good.
Jack Frost, top of the list.
I was gonna go solo. I'm a solo man.
Yeah, but I mean, Jack Frost got to put it because he dies and his soul ends up.
You're talking. I'm still in MVP land. You're talking about.
I was saying
gets trapped in his
dies and then soul gets trapped in objects.
Yeah.
Jack Frost is like maybe the greatest example.
Second only to the Love-O-Matic Grandpa.
The Love-O-Matic Grandpa. That's direct parody of My Mother the Car.
We learn things, folks. So here's some questions and comments. Evan J. Pretzer, welcome back. Oh, outtakes. Oh, thank you for the reminder.
Yeah,
let's see those.
Starring the Nice Guys, Only Gauze Forgives, Bland Runner, Skis Rogers, That's America's Asset, No Time to Try, Armus of One, If It Doesn't Fit, You Must Acquit, 6 Slays, 7 Fights, Captain America 6.
Oh, I get it.
That's it. Yeah.
Sweet.
We use every part.
We used every part of the Gray Man.
When you kill a movie, you have to make sure that you use every part of the movie.
So Evan asks, in light of Evan's mustache, what entertainer or character are you giving or taking away facial hair from?
Wow. Entertainer or character?
Yeah.
You know who looks really good with like an old-timey mustache is John C. Reilly. Like in like Gangs of New York when he's got that like Irish cop stash. Like that's a good look.
Yeah.
I would keep the mustache for John C. Reilly.
Okay.
That's a really good one. I mean, I just need to see it one time. I need it to happen so I can get it out of my brain. We got to take Harvey's stash, right? Steve Harvey's mustache has to go.
Has to go.
Just so we can see it. Just so we can see what's happening under there.
In the Smithsonian?
Yeah.
Okay.
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, wow.
We do an upper lip reveal on YouTube.
Yes.
He would make a shocked and befuddled face if he were here to hear that right now.
I want to give Chalamet like a Van Dyke. I want to give him like a wispy, like a beat poet.
Like a Snoopy's brother.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
All right, so Benjamin Abramowitz asks, how are cinephiles going to feel in March 2023 when the Russos accept a Best Picture Oscar for producing Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Right.
Well, there you go. I mean, they've produced that. They produced, like I said, that Extraction movie
which
that
I
was
liked.
probably the cooler version of this.
I got nothing against Joe and Anthony as guys. Like I'd like to make that perfectly. This is not a hatred for the Russos in particular as people.
No.
I love Arrested
I
Development
would feel great
community.
if they got.
Yeah,
I would feel great if they. I mean, I'd be like, wow, Best Picture, huh? But that'd be awesome if they got an Oscar for that.
That'd be great.
I bear them.
That is a picture that they are a part of that should probably get an Oscar.
And I went into this not thinking, oh boy, here we go. Like I thought this was going to have cool action. I was disappointed.
I know this was the Is It Cake experience.
I never go into a movie wanting to hate it. I want movies to be good.
Yes.
Movies being good is better than them being bad.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would feel great about that.
Yeah, I would feel wonderful.
Have no I mean, I feel like they would probably let the Daniels give the acceptance speech, but I would be fine with them being on stage.
And if they said, you know what, our next project is like we're gonna go back to TV comedy, that's great too. I would be like, that's awesome.
Let Arrested Development die, but
whatever. Yeah,
another season of Community, sure.
Yeah. Yes. All right. May says, didn't we praise the Russos in Winter Soldier specifically for not doing action scenes like Taken?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I guess so. Is it an intentional reference? I don't remember, but yes. Yes, it was 100%.
Do you remember things you got? Because that was before my time even writing Honest trailers.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah. There's no way I wrote on the Winter trailer Honest.
No, but we have long used, it must show up like 5 times, is the Taken 3 Liam Neeson Hobbs
Jumping
offense.
over the fence. It's like a famously over-edited action.
We've used that lots, so I wouldn't be surprised. Anything that cuts a lot, we probably cut to that.
But that's a much better, there are much better action sequences in that, I think.
Yeah. Raynard City Update Channel asks, Danielle, what would you spend $200 million on?
Oh, well.
You have to spend it, and you can't give it to anything good.
Crypto.
Man.
Yeah, let's just get this out of the way that we'd all give it to charity.
I would solve world hunger. But if world hunger is off the table.
Yeah, it's off the table.
It's off the table. What would I spend $200 million on? Well, the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is probably buy a small town, fill it with children, and give them all jobs.
You're doing Kid Nation.
Yeah. I'm doing Kid Nation. I'm doing Kid Nation. I want to see how quickly it becomes like Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
And adults will be around supervising, but mostly just like, they'll all go to like a shoppy that they like, and they'll like be friends with the man that pours their sodas. So that's $40 million. The next $40 million I would probably spend on, I think I'd probably buy my mom. Nope, can't do anything good with it. Next $40 million, just hiring a team, professional hair and makeup, and then just one man to shower me with palm fronds, just constantly fanning me and feeding me peeled grapes.
Yeah, I mean, that's given, yeah.
Yeah, like, obviously.
Yeah.
I can get one of those things where, like, people have to, like, carry me. Like,
not
like a stretcher.
It's not a pallet. What is that called?
Yeah,
you want to be part of a processional.
I want to be part of a processional everywhere I go.
Raised platform.
Yeah.
So that's another. And then I think the rest of it, eventually, who do you think is this? I would use it like Cameo, except for Cameo, I'm allowed to go up to any celebrity I want and then just like slap him in the face.
Okay.
No,
okay.
you thought I was gonna get weird, didn't you? No, I chose violence instead of being a pervert.
At these low prices, Danielle can hit.
I like that. And you inspired me because I want to start a service where it's like I will be kind of a eccentric 200 millionaire, and I will pay celebrities I have respect for to leave Cameo. I'll say, what are you making from Cameo? It's embarrassing that you're on there.
Well, you
I
said
want you off. Here, take that.
Let Terry
You don't
O'Quinn
have to wish everybody a happy Father's Day or whatever. Like, here you go. Here's the money you can leave.
For some more news, we just got a cameo from lost actor Terry O'Quinn, and he did such a good job. I don't want him to feel bad about making.
I'm like the Johnny Appleseed of getting celebrities off
He did
Cameo.
a wonder. Well, I feel like there's like the celebrities who don't take it seriously, who are just like in their hallway, like heading out. That they should be off Cameo.
Okay.
But there's a certain breed of celebrity.
You're saying it's given birth to like a real craft.
Yeah, I mean, there's a craft to some people are really bringing it to Cameo, and I have nothing but respect for those.
We did
Riff
do
Raff has a great cameo.
Yeah,
Sam Levine.
Mark McGrath cameo for our friend who's not a Mark McGrath fan or Sugar Ray fan in any form, but she's a woman, and we sent Mark McGrath the most attractive picture we could find of this girl, and said she was obsessed with Mark McGrath and Sugar Ray, and just absolutely loved everything about them. And he sang 2 songs with her name, 2 famous Sugar Ray songs, working her name into the music.
What are the Fly? Obviously, what's the other?
What is Fly? The one like is every morning? There's
that's
okay.
the
Then
other
Fly.
one.
I just want to fly. Yeah. Put your arms around me, girl's name. Put your arms around me, girl's name. And every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of girl's name's bed. So he really brought it.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you feel like crap.
Not really.
you paid for a service.
It's hilarious. So
I was gonna say Sam Levine, friend of the show. Also, he has a service where he will give people bad news for you. So if you want to deliver a crushing blow to someone in your life, Sam Levine will do that.
Mark McGrath also broke up with someone for someone on Cameo.
That's
so you're right. He is taking it to the next level.
Right. So those people I think should be allowed. But I take your meaning. People who aren't really making it, who are clearly on Cameo just for the dollars.
Yeah.
That's.
Do you have a $200 million?
I'd like to go back to some of like Mr. Beast's greatest hits and like just spend a little bit more money than he did for the same thing. Like I'm going to make my own Squid Game, but I'm going to spend $2 million more than Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Take that, Jimmy. Oh, I'm the #1 YouTuber. Not anymore. I got $200 million. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Who would have a problem with Mr. Beast?
Takes a big sip of coffee.
Who could have a problem?
Pericles Dragon Balls asks, have you read any spy novels that haven't been adapted but you'd like to see get adapted? If yes, which ones? And I've got one that...
Oh, really?
Well,
I don't really read a lot of spy novels.
I don't anymore, but when I was in, I think, 6th or 7th grade, I read The Secret Man by Frank Dukes. Dukes?
Isn't that, wait, the guy from Bloodsport?
100% the guy from Bloodsport. And 100% a complete con artist. And absolutely bullshitting about like, I've got 38 confirmed kills, but no, I can't confirm it. I won. He says he wrote in a book, a autobiography, that he won the Kumite.
The Kumite. He won the Kumite.
Also, this made a big impression on me in 6th grade. He was in an office with a sexy lady, and he set off the fire alarm sprinklers and melted her shirt off with water, and then they made love under the sprinklers of the fire alarm.
That is a Color Me Bad lyric.
I don't think that's a real thing.
I think he saw a music video when he was on opium in Thailand.
That doesn't sound like a real story.
So yes, I would adapt The Secret Man by Frank Dukes, a completely invented autobiography, which, I mean, it might as well be a spy novel.
What's the name of that Bill O'Reilly novel, Those Who Trespass?
It's very much like
That's
that.
the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
I would just do James Bond Jr. It's not a novel, but I would like to see it.
Animated series.
I would like to see it on screen.
I read that's always my thing is like I end up reading like if I saw a spy movie I like I read a bunch of the Bond novels, but I've never like read spy novels on my own really.
Yeah.
Not my favorite genre.
Well, do you want to talk about Reggie Jean Page at all, or do we want to talk about snacks for our final question?
Reggie, he's hot and he was misused in this movie.
There you go.
Why would anybody want to play like CIA Weasel is such a generic role. Like we've seen, it's not that he's bad. He doesn't do a bad job at it. We've just seen like every character actor in Hollywood has played CIA Weasel a few times. Yeah. It's just like one of those.
What a waste of charm.
I assume he in like book 4 he gets out of the from behind the desk.
It's just like all right, and like we've seen this.
So Reynard again, if you were on what's Lad Bible? He says if you were on Lad Bible, what snacks would you bring with you?
Like a funny humor blog kind of thing.
Okay. Why would I just want to talk about the snacks, but does Lad Bible affect what snacks?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
If you were on Lad Bible, I think it's like as a website. But
I'm bringing the Trader Joe's peanut butter filled pretzels. That's what I'm bringing because I can't open a bag of that without crushing it. That's probably my number one snack right now. What do you got?
I'm a big fan of trail mix. Okay. I love a trail mix. Sometimes I'll just eat like some trail mix for breakfast.
That just seems like a way for me to like, class up some M&Ms because that's
no,
all
it
I
is.
want.
It's just an excuse to eat M&Ms for breakfast. I'm healthy.
Okay, got it. Got it.
You eat this on the trail. You're not in a trail, Danielle. You're at your desk at home with a cat. Like you're not hiking the trails.
Okay, I think it seems like Lad Bible does a show where they bring Americans on and then they give you British snacks. So it's always like Ryan Gosling
what am
tries
I doing?
British snacks. Zac Efron tries British snacks.
So I'm
for the first
introducing the world to American snack
right.
culture.
It's like what's an American snack that you would showcase to an international audience? I think is the gist of the question.
Great question. Fun dip.
That's
with
a great
no
one.
instructions.
Yes.
Yeah, just like why is the stick?
Yeah.
The stick's edible.
Yeah, eat the stick.
It's America. The stick is also sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I think a snack that I would bring to introduce people to the idea. Man, I'm so basic. I think it would probably be like peach rings.
Oh yeah, those
love
are
a good peach ring.
Love a good peach ring.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be those crackers that come in the little plastic package
Handy
with
snacks.
the cheese,
With the little
and then
red
handy
stick,
snacks, and then you
yeah.
got the little red stick that you spread the cheese,
Yeah.
the disgusting processed cheese smear on the crackers. Yeah.
And
I
in
feel
this
like
case, the stick is not edible.
No.
Not
It is a red piece of strip of plastic. Yeah.
Americans. Very confusing. Speaking of silly Americans, for next week's Honest Trailer, we're finally venturing outside our bubble, our Hollywood bubble.
Have we done an international honest
done
trailer? We must have.
We must
At
have.
least for Oscars. At least we've done like an Oscar.
Yeah, right. Well,
We're
let's drive my
finally
car.
expanding the scope. We're going worldwide, folks.
Like
And
Pitbull.
gosh, we can't wait. Yeah, like Pitbull.
Yeah.
That's our clue for next week's. We can't wait. We hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. See ya.